3 women, aged 30, 25, and 21 years respectively, were arrested for a failed attempt to move a total of 818 rounds of live ammunition, all the way from Kano to Bayelsa State. As a matter of fact, these women will be talking to you. Elena, who is 25 years, had on instruction of her husband, who is currently being detained by the Nigerian military, handed over a half bag of rice to Favor Bello, age 21, for onward transportation to Yenegua in Bayelsa State. Favor Bello was expected on arrival at Yenegua to hand over the same consignment to yet another female, Prayer Jimmy, aged 30. This half bag of rice had these live ammunition carefully concealed. But what they failed to realize is the fact that just as the way they were planning, operatives working with other members of the community were also monitoring activities at the motor park. And eventually, when Favor got to the motor park and was about to board the vehicle, the bag of rice was searched, was opened, and when a search was conducted, these very startling revelations were made. Out of these 818 rounds of live ammunition, 718 were actually for general purpose machine gun, and they came in chains. With these quantity of arms, you can wreak massive havoc to any community. This is a half bag of rice that contained the entire recovered arms. Curiously, one of the suspects, stand up, had a very clear message on her t-shirt saying good things take time. But this is exactly what she failed to realize in going this way, a very short but dangerous call towards making money. It is ironical that right on her body, she is actually sending the very message that we are sending today. That it takes time to rise to the top. It takes time to make money. It takes time and hard work to become successful. How I wish pray, had hearkened to the very advice that she is sending to us by wearing this t-shirt and telling us that good things take time. Of 7 AK rifles, 3 pump actions, and other assorted weapons were equally recovered. It has also become a very disturbing trend that the bulk of the kidnappers and cultists and armed robbers we are arresting in this country like to adorn the camouflage of our armed forces. A uniform that is treasured, a uniform that represents the collective pride of our country. This has become like a general modus operandi for most of the criminals. We will continue to work with our sister agencies, as well as our counterparts in the military to ensure that we are able to cut down this flow and take operational steps to make sure that these criminals don't have easy access to this very treasured symbol of our military might. We also have here other suspects who will be talking to you later. We have a suspect who is a specialist in snatching cars. His modus operandi essentially, which we hope he would demonstrate here today, is to board either Uber taxis, Taxify, or take any kind of car hire service or services, get to a preferred and safe destination point, and pretend to be waiting for somebody. As the waiting game is ongoing, it will pretend to be a nice and hospitable client, step outside, get maybe 2 bottles of Coke or any other packed juice, 2 identical products usually, keep the safe one for himself, and then quickly drug or open and add some drugs into the other bottles or container, as the case may be. He will serve the driver. Few minutes or few seconds later, depending on the capacity of the driver to resist those drugs, the driver will obviously slump into unconsciousness. He will carefully drop you out of the car and drive the car away. That's his modus operandi. This is not the first time he's been arrested. He has been arrested previously. He was charged to court. He was remanded at Kuje prison and somehow found his way out and continued in this illicit trade. The advice for members of the public will be, if you operate a car hire services, you're an Uber driver, a taxifier driver, or whatever kind of car services you render, don't collect drinks, food, not even gums or sweets, anything edible, not even oranges, not even mango, nothing whatsoever edible. No matter how hungry or thirsty you are, don't be tempted to collect any of these edibles from a passenger that you don't know. If you can resist that, you will be able to resist and protect yourself from this kind of criminals. We also have another suspect here who will also be speaking to you shortly, a specialist in stealing motorcycles. As a matter of fact, he has told investigators that he has stolen well over 40 motorcycles. You can imagine how many families that he must have thrown into grief. On our part, we will continue to work with our community members. We will continue to work with other security agencies. We will continue to work with the media and deepen our strategic partnership with all relevant stakeholders to ensure that we're able to stem down crime and stem them down to a manageable level. We ask for your collaboration, your partnership, particularly in the areas of information sharing. And our commitment to continue to wage war against criminals remain irrevocable. Thank you. Anna, who will tell us how she came about the bag of rice, the half bag of rice. We equally talked to Favor, who was handed over the bag of rice. Take it closer to your mic.
My name is Eliana Yobe. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Bayelsa State. The bag of rice was brought to the house by my husband, Lance Corporal Yobe Windenta, who came on pass from Zamfara some 3 weeks ago. On instruction, as about 28th of May 2020, he called me a few hours, ranging from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the evening, and told me that Favor Bello, who is staying with me, would travel to Bayelsa. And if she's about to travel, I should give her the half bag of rice which contains the ammunition. On her arrival at Bayelsa, she will hand it over to her mother, Priye Jimmy. All arrangements have been made, and she will know what to do after collecting the said half bag of rice which contains the ammunition. 8 o'clock in the morning, I received a call from my husband that Favor has been arrested. 2 minutes later, he sent somebody to go to the garage, of which she was apprehended for her rescue. Because on the phone he said she was apprehended by Agoro boys at the garage. So when he sent the soldiers from the barrack to the garage, when they got there, they discovered it was ammunition case. They were also apprehended. Around 4 o'clock in the evening, I was in the house when the military police from the barrack came to my block and told me I was needed at the military police office for investigation on account of ammunition regarding to my husband. I was then taken to SARS office in Bumpai, Kano, which I was detained for 1 week before I moved to STS here in Abuja.
Thank you.
Are you regretting anything?
Yes, sir. For 7 years, which I married my husband, this has never happened. And right now, I'm a victim. And my only regret is that because of trust, I did not check the content of it. I only just on instruction gave her the rice. Had it been I checked the content of it, who knows what would have happened, but maybe it is God's will for these criminal activities to be put to good. That is why it happened this way. My advice to people is that if you are to travel or you are being given any message, you should carefully...
It's okay. All right, collect the mic from her.
My name is Favor Bello. I'm 21 years old.
Put it closer to your mouth.
My name is Favor Bello. I'm 21 years old.
From where?
I'm from Bayelsa State. My dad is from Kano State and he's Leeds. And on the 27th of May, my mom called me that I should come to Bayelsa based on the lockdown. I'm schooling in North FC Kano. Because of the lockdown, she asked me to come to Bayelsa. Then, when I'm staying with Eliana Yowe based on my school, and her husband told me that when I'm coming to Bayelsa, she will give me half bag of rice to take to my mother. I said no problem. And he sent me my transport. That is 13,000 naira that day. Then my mom said she entered road on Friday. That is they open roads on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday in Kano. Then I said okay. That night I packed my bag. I have a traveling bag and my school handbag. I packed it.
The rice.
Then that morning, around 6 I wake up. Then I take my bath. I brush my teeth.
Tell us about the rice.
What concerns with
Because the husband asked somebody to take me to the park that morning because it was early. Then that morning I took my bag. Then Madam Eliana Yowe jacked the bag of rice to the bag for me because I've already entered the bag that morning. When I get to the park, it was my turn to. I've already bought my ticket. It was my turn to load. They told me that the bag is heavy. And then I called my auntie. What do you put inside the bag? They said the bag is heavy. Then I told them to if it's so, to call the story shop. People should open the bag and check. When they checked, they saw the ammunition. They brought out the ammunition. Even I was the first person I go shout Jesus. Then I was about to make phone call to call her again. Then they took my phone. They arrested me.
All right, thank you.
On the 27th, my daughter called me that she with her aunt is having problems. So I said, okay, if so, you will come down to Bayelsa. So I now told her like that. So I now called her husband that
Closer.
Favor is coming to Bayelsa. So he now told me that
Put it close to
he
your
now
mouth.
told me that he will send half bag of rice. If Favor reach Bayelsa, then the parents will come and collect the half bag of rice from me.
Did you know it contained ammunition?
No, I don't know. He
Okay.
only told me that it's half bag of rice.
Go and sit down.